what do we do to attack these problems? We're going to talk more about that. Text neck is actually a new injury, okay, that there's like a, and actually you go get a diagnosis of you've got text neck. It results in inflammation of the ligaments in your neck, the muscles, the nerves, changes at the bone, arthritis, everybody knows what that is, and even changes of the normal curvature of your neck. Okay, there's a reason your neck is curved a certain direction, but if it loses that curve, there's problems. Headaches, shoulder pain, neck pain, thumb pain, nerves that come out of your neck run all the way down your arm. Here's a kind of an appreciation. This is looking at the front of your neck. If you take away the skin, look at all these stabilizing muscles on the front of your neck. They're very deep to the tissue, and they stabilize each of these segments on each other. Here's a huge bundle of nerves called your brachial plexus that comes out of your neck, comes all the way down your arm. Here is the back of your head, and look at all those nerves coming out of the base of your head. It's these yellow things. All these suboccipital nerves. You wonder why you get headaches? Because you're putting so much tension on those muscles in the back of your neck. They're constricting the nerves that then give you headaches, because the nerves kind of run along this fashion. Okay. So better appreciation of like the anatomy that you kind of take for granted. So suggestions for improvement: altering the position of holding your cell phone. Right? Do we want to look like that when my head is 60 pounds? Or do we want to look, oh, he's so happy. Look at his neck. He's in perfect posture. He's a light to the world. That's a much better position. Can we be conscious of, holy cow, I just had my head down for 20 minutes and I should probably change positions and do a couple of these stretches to kind of help reduce the strain on my neck. So that's easy. Frequent rest breaks. Okay, I'm sitting at my computer for 5 hours. Is that good? No. Let me get up and move. There's an app on your phone called Posture, and it uses the cell phone technology to know that it's been into a certain position for so long, like this, that it buzzes and it tells you, okay, you gotta get that phone in a different position. Okay? And I'm sure there's 100 other apps too that'll probably help you with that. On your computer itself, you can have a program that you download that just pops up a window and it says get up and move. So you can get out of that position, or you can have a band, or you can do some of the exercises that I'm going to show you. So warming up, some people that are working on assembly lines and things, there's exercises that you can do to kind of warm up your neck. Okay? So I'm going to play this little short video. These are, instead of using that band that I showed you earlier, which is kind of weird, this is a whole lot easier to do that you can do without needing any equipment like your hand.
Another suggestion that was highlighted by the research that I did is to do a warm-up of your neck if you know that you're going to be in static posture for a long period of time. So that could be as simple as what are called isometrics. This is a contraction of the muscle where the actual joint does not move. So if you're going to use your hand, and you're going
Everybody
to
try this.
pushing against your hand to engage the muscles on the side of your neck.
Yeah. So you're just pushing into your hand. You're not actually moving your neck. You're needing the force of your hand.
Those muscles on that side.
And you'll feel it. You can appreciate the kind of tightening of those muscles that we saw in that other picture. Push from the back. You can push from the front.
Another real simple one is just stretching those muscles in the neck. We know that forward neck posture can lead to trigger points, which are areas of increased tension in the muscle. So those can be helped out by doing 2 particular stretches. I call them, make it really simple, ear to shoulder, nose to pocket. Okay, so ear to shoulder, my left ear is going to go towards my left shoulder. I'm going to put my hand in the small of my back. I'm going to bring my neck to the side, ear to shoulder, feel that stretch on the right
So
side.
if we're going to
Hold
go
that stretch for 20 seconds.
here to
Feet on
the
other side. Right
left.
hand, right shoulder.
stretch on this
And then
side,
goes to pocket. Left arm behind
here
the
to
back.
the right,
Towards my right pocket.
and then the other angle is kind of looking down at your hip pocket.
Different muscle.
And that's a totally different muscle that gets
left side
more.
of the neck. And then repeat. I would do, like I said, that warm up before you're going to do static positions on a computer to help prevent headaches and some of those other things that we talked about in the presentation.
Yeah, so super easy, takes like 2 seconds, depending on how many repetitions you do. Just super simple, full screen. Okay, so another one is called a chin tuck. And this one, we saw those deep muscles on the front of the neck that I showed you. This is a great way to engage those muscles on the front of your neck that become weak because we're in bad positions. So the movement looks.
This exercise you can do periodically throughout the day, and it counters that forward head, round and shoulder posture that we've been talking about in this presentation. When the head is forward, that puts a lot of stress on the lower cervical spine, and it also sets you up for weakness in the neck muscles in front, and also overactivity of the muscles in the back of your neck. So basically, we're countering that movement. You're going to scoot to the front of your chair. You're going to have your tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, and your teeth are slightly apart. You're going to take your index and middle finger. You're going to be applying a little bit of force to your chin to basically do a chin tuck movement, okay? Imagining your chin is resting on a shelf, and you're going to be pushing it
Better.
gently.
Great, good. Taylor, good. Yeah. Make sure it's not having you look down. You almost want to think about it's going to come straight back.
You can do 10 of those, hold about 5 seconds. I would set an alarm on your phone and do that every hour.
Yeah, make sure you're moving your neck, not just your jaw. Tuck that one there. You get better. Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah. It's stiff, yeah. Yeah, try it. And the low back too, yeah. There may be nuances of, each person, there are nuances of how we would change to make sure you're feeling in the right location. But a lot of times it's set, your skull is obviously a rounded surface, and when you're in this position, it makes that joint, it puts it into a position that's not good, okay? This puts it back into the position where it's in a less strained posture, okay? And I see that a lot. I get some patients, they're so stiff there. I do a lot of hands-on stuff, so I can go in and grab your head and just kind of make that joint do that motion. But then I always try to give the patient something to follow up with at home, just because, I can't grab your head and do that every day. I want to give you something to work on it at home, but that's a really common one that I see a lot of. That joint is so stiff that it creates pain and headaches, and it's not fun. Okay, so suggestions for improvement. We can talk more and text less. It's gotten so easy now to just shoot a text and interact with Facebook and whatever else, but there's no substitute for just sitting down and talking with people instead of just always that quick message. Okay. Some food for thought. Pain which is always a good motivator. Patients that come and see me typically are in just a bunch of discomfort and they can't do the things that they want to do. So they come in and say, hey, Ron, I need some help. I can't golf, I can't work out, I can't play with my dogs, I can't run. Pain is based on prior experiences with pain. Some people have been burned with hot water. Other people have never had something that significant happen to them. So your ability to say, well, what is a 10 out of 10? Well, some people really have had a 10 out of 10 pain. So it's based on past experiences, your beliefs, your stress levels, sleep. Pain can be, and we all experience that, right? When we're stressed at work, those little pains become a lot more evident. So we call it the biopsychosocial model. It's like talking about what are the other factors that are contributing to your pain that we can address to help not just not just from the musculoskeletal standpoint. Those are other factors that need to be accounted for. Another suggestion, seeing a great physical therapist.
You know what?
I don't. Obviously, if you have something that's like, hey, I've tried some things on my own, I've maybe seen 2 or 3 different people, I don't want to take drugs, I don't want to have surgery, those are people that, hey, let me take a look at you from my unique perspective and try to solve the problem. Look at your body holistically and see what are those other factors that might be contributing to why you're having pain. My mission statement, conservative care that affords a quick outcome, cost effective, an environment that kind of is very socially interactive. It's like I don't pass you on to somebody else. It's very important for me to kind of build a relationship with you because seeing, it's a process. Sadly, none of it is like, oh, one visit, you're perfect. That's not reality, okay? It's effort, it takes some time. But having that person walk as a beat, I love to just walk with my patient along the journey because then they know that somebody else is going to be there and is guiding them. And it's going to help them say, yeah, we've gotten you there, and then you have the tools that we've developed for you to keep it up and stay active and keep doing the things that you love. A lot of it can be really just on an individual basis. If you've had a ton of prior injuries and you're already in pain, adding working out on top of that never goes well. Pain is your body is really smart. It tells you when something's wrong. It's up to you to listen to it or not. But pain is not normal, and pain changes movement patterns. So just kind of bowling through pain isn't always the best idea. Now, like I said, natural progression of things can help to reduce pain over time, but masking it with medication or certainly doing something invasive is not, in my opinion, I'm conservative, is not something you should do before you see somebody that can look at it and say, this is something that maybe conservative care can be helped with. So really, I guess to answer your question, it can, but for some people, it might not be that's the only factor that's important to take into account. That was a good question. Yeah, and sometimes we all want to strive. We know what we need to do, right? Let's be honest. It's not like we don't know what the right thing is. And sometimes it's just a matter of, well, yeah, I know what I should be doing, but I don't know exactly how often, what exercise, what movement, how frequently, for how long. Just all of these other questions that kind of pop up and having that guidance of somebody to say, hey, this is what you should do, and we're going to walk that process together. A lot of patients get better with that type of intervention. So, any other questions?